Hello everybody, my name is Joe, and I wouldn't consider myself a Call of Duty player. However, as I'm sure all the PC gamers out there are aware, this weekend has been a free weekend on Call of Duty Black Ops 2, hence why I'm currently playing Black Ops 2. So for those of you who don't know, I used to be a console gamer primarily. The first game that I really played actually was a first-person shooter. It was Halo 3. I played a lot of Halo 3. I think that probably remains to this day my favourite multiplayer first-person shooter by far. However, after Halo 3 got a little bit old and I played it a lot, all the DLC had come out and I'd made far too many Forge maps and spent far too many hundreds of hours playing that game, I did then move on to Modern Warfare 2 in 2009, which came out, was a ridiculous success, and I enjoyed that game enormously. It was a very exciting game, a lot went on, and it was a big jump from Halo, which is, although it's quite fast, it is a lot slower than Call of Duty. So naturally, after the abysmal balance that was Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1 came out, which promised to be more balanced and better than Modern Warfare 2, so obviously I was excited, I played that game, I loved that game as well, got into Zombies. Zombies is amazing, I still love it. Then, you know, Modern Warfare 3 came out, and that sucked, and it was awful, and I didn't play Call of Duty. Around that time, I moved on to PC. On my first YouTube channel that I did, I was doing Modern Warfare 3 gameplays, actually, because Modern Warfare 3 had only just come out, and so I was into it, but I was complaining a lot because that game was horrendous. Finally, I decided to give up on Modern Warfare 3. And I decided to move to some real games. So I started playing a bit of Counter-Strike, started playing a bit of... eventually Tribes Ascend came out, played a bit of that. Played a bit of Battlefield 3, that was hilarious. I still play Battlefield 3 now. But I do occasionally dip into Call of Duty. And there is a very important reason why. And that reason why is also the reason for this gameplay being as amazing as it is. So I think it is 58 kills and 11 deaths that I get in this game. This is a kill confirmed match, by the way, in case you hadn't noticed already, which is pretty good. I mean, I know it's not the world's greatest gameplay, but I would say that that was pretty decent, and for me that is really good because I play so ridiculously, like, aggressively in Call of Duty, just because in Call of Duty, I don't care. All I want to do is shoot people, and I want to do that as fast as possible, so I try and get as close as possible to the enemy, and that usually means that I'm surrounded by about 15 guys. Sometimes I get killed, sometimes I kill all those 15 guys, and I feel very happy about myself. This was one of the games where the latter happened. But the purpose of this video is not to brag. The purpose of this video is in fact to point out my main problem with Call of Duty and, to be honest, first-person shooters in general at the moment. So, a bit of a case study. Halo. When Halo 3 came out, a lot of the Halo 2 players didn't actually like it. I don't know why, because Halo 3 was just better than Halo 2. Admittedly, the campaign probably wasn't quite as good. I mean, personally I preferred it just because I'm a bit ADD and I don't like really long campaigns, but yeah, a lot of people didn't like the Halo 3 campaign as much, a lot of people didn't like the story as much, but the multiplayer was just objectively better as far as I'm concerned. It was much more competitive. But what Bungie must have taken from it is that because they stuffed more stuff into the multiplayer, people liked it more, which meant that when Reach came out, and they changed a few things, they wanted to mix it up a little bit, fair enough, but they also decided to stuff some more things into it. Some of those things were armor abilities. Now, what armor abilities do is they give you sort of a special ability, sort of a superpower perhaps. You can pick whichever one you want for each individual match, which I disagree with on every single level. Halo does not have superpowers. In Halo, you are a badass, admittedly. You are sort of nearly a superhero, admittedly. However, you do not have superpowers. Secondly, first-person shooters should be competitive. I will get onto that in a minute. And thirdly, they were just dumb. And the only one that was worth having, as far as I'm concerned, was Sprint, and that kind of ruined the game, did Sprint, because it meant that the movement was much less about precision and much more about just who can be in the right place at the right time, similarly to Call of Duty. So, on the second point, competitiveness. If you take Formula 1 at the moment, anybody that knows Formula 1 will be aware of this fact. Pirelli, who make the tyres for Formula 1, are adamant that making the tyres wear out really quickly, therefore forcing people to do about 1 billion pit stops every race, that makes the racing more exciting. It makes people overtake more. Bollocks. It makes the racing fake. It makes all that overtaking pretend and contrived. And I disagree with that on every level. Similarly to armor abilities. Armor abilities, what they do is they make the gameplay more unpredictable, more multi-layered, but artificially makes the illusion of competitiveness very contrived and really annoying and stupid, and I hate it. Call of Duty, now coming back full circle, Call of Duty does a similar thing. In Modern Warfare 2, they introduced shit tons of kill streaks, right? Shit tons of kill streaks, by themselves, I don't really have a problem with. Modern Warfare 2, they needed to be nerfed. Black Ops, you then brought in, it kind of fixed everything, but the basic game engine needed fixing, which is fair enough. But then when they brought out Modern Warfare 3, they decided, right, what sells games? Kill streaks. Let's make 1 billion of them. So they decided to add more different types of kill streaks. And then in Black Ops 2, they decided, oh, what sells games? Having more different types of things. So let's add in ridiculous customization to all your classes, which meant that the game was completely unpredictable. So yes, a lot of different things happened. There are a lot more combinations, but 2 things happened then. It made the competitive nature, similar to Formula 1 at the moment, very contrived, and number 2, it also made the game very easily unbalanced, or very hard to balance, which meant that the competitive nature got decreased, and I despise that in games. If you take a game like Counter-Strike 1.6, that game is very simple. There are a set number of guns, everybody has access to them. You've simply got to earn money in the previous round to be able to buy them in the next one. It's very simple, very bare bones. There are no perks in that game. In the competitive game modes, they don't even have like body armor and things like that. It makes it so that everybody is just on an even playing field, and it is very simple. You know what everybody has. This means that it is purely about skill. Now, I understand that to some people that's a little bit boring because it's a bit simple, not much goes on, but I do believe that there is a middle ground between ridiculous competitiveness, where you don't have any customization at all, everybody is exactly the same, and it's just 1 versus 1 skill with a mouse and keyboard or with a controller. Like a middle ground between that and Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which is just ridiculous in terms of the amount that goes on. And it's kind of getting annoying at the moment, and I really, really wish that companies would just go back to what they did with Call of Duty 4, which was make a reasonably simple, fun, first-person shooter, which, I mean, it wasn't balanced, but it could be balanced, and, you know, was fairly competitive. Anyway, this game is coming to a close. I pretty much explained everything that I wanted to, not quite. If I think of anything more, I'll put it in the description. If you have any opinions on the matter, post them in the comments below. If you enjoyed, please subscribe, and if you have done so, hopefully, I will see you all next time.